I'm always so glad when there's a new film about the Holocaust. A few years ago we had Schindler's List, then A Boy with a Striped Pyjama, most recently The Roundup and Sarah's Key. Please, because we get so used to the enormity of it all, you know, the figure of 6 million or 1 in 3. It's almost something we take for granted, and then we see a personal story like in those films and it brings it home back to us, because it's just so easy to forget how terrible it was, and not just that, but how recent. I mean, we're not talking about the barbaric Dark Ages or the Middle Ages. We're talking about within living memory and just across the channel. But having said that, I'm also a little bit wary about all the Holocaust films and memorabilia. Almost there's been too much attention to it. By the way, I'm speaking as a child of a survivor. My family is very small because most of them were killed in Auschwitz, so that's where I'm coming from. There's never any way I'm going to forget the Holocaust. Speaking as a historian, I'm not very keen on the idea of having a separate Yom HaShoah, separate Holocaust memorial, because I tend to think it's all part of Tisha B'Av. In other words, it's unfortunately yet another tragedy after the Crusades, after the Cossacks, and in the sweep of Jewish history it makes sense to have it as part of that general remembrance, because frankly the Holocaust for us is probably no worse than it was the Cossacks and the Crusades for the people caught up with it at the time, who really did think it was the end of the civilization as they knew it. And I'm also unsure about the Holocaust Memorial Day that civil society has. I don't really like the title, to be honest. It's quite good that the content is on other Holocausts and other tragedies, whether it's Biafra or wherever, but I think frankly having the Holocaust in the title was a mistake, because it too focuses on just the Jewish experience, whereas I'd prefer it to have been National Genocide Day, or perhaps more positively National Tolerance Day. I don't want Judaism defined by the Holocaust. For me, it's a living, vibrant faith, and yes, we've got some really awful bits of the past, but I think we also have a very bright future, and that's what I want to concentrate on.